Alrighty, yes, we are live. How y'all doing today? Boo Lucat over here. Boudreaux in Eunice. How y'all are? Alright, I've got to move this around. Pause this. Get my chat popped out. Don't take me but 4 or 5 seconds. Move that right there to the right hand side of my screen. Move that here. Expand it to the left about 3 inches. Switch it to live chat. Boogity, boogity, boogity. We got it. Okay. There's fish. What's going on, buddy? Cajun. China airplanes are going to Taiwan. Oh, what the heck? Really? Hey, Breezy. Oh, man. What's going on now? Are you serious? Fish? Shrimp? Shrimp? Fish? Are you serious? That's not cool. That's serious stuff right there. U.S. is going there too. What? What's going on with that? Like typing in chat and uh, kind of code worded a little bit. Anyway, I thought Taiwan and China were friends. That's man. Eleanor, what's going on, mon ami? I'm here, but I can't join. Still painting. Thanks for the invite, though. I'll be down in chat. All right. Well, if you get through with your painting, and I'll be here for about an hour and a half. It's just the after Mater show, you know. So, all right, Redland. Oh, that's one that didn't. Well, thanks. Make sure I got the right link right. Boom. And I don't know if I sent it earlier, Gary, or not, but anyway, there it is again. If I did send it, there's your link, Gary. Hey, Miss Maria, how you doing? Uh, oh, oh, your arm. Okay. No wonder you didn't show up in Mater's live panel. Well, if you feel a little better or it doesn't hurt that much, just by jumping in the panel. Because en français. But no, I know what you mean. It's not en français, but I know. I didn't know nothing about that. Okay. Yep. I'm reading between the lines. Oh, come on, Gary. Good. Okay. Well, we're not going to get into that right now because I'm praying for you, Gary. Put it that way. I got to put my earbuds in. If somebody comes up, I'm going to be echoing. Sometimes I echo. It depends on who's in. Oh, man. Well, I hope it's about the rent, if you know what I mean. If you're renting from a family. But anyhow, like I said, so, man, I got to look something up. Y'all got me curious now. I got to look something up. Man, so I'm going to. See if I can get this moved over a little bit. There we go. That I can see Google a little better. Hey, there's Adam.
Hello.
There he is. Hey, Adam, you heard anything about planes going somewhere? Without saying too much information.
The planes?
Fighter planes.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I just found out about this. Let me. You can read the chat from the start, can't you?
Yes. I believe
All
so.
right. Yeah, I want to look that up. Wow.
Interesting.
Huh. Yeah. Got to read between the lines and those code. 77 fighter jets going into Taiwan. China tests and warns Taiwan. I thought Taiwan was like, they electronics manufacturing country, and Taiwan, they were making some of the best parts. Japan and Taiwan were making the best electronic parts, for a long, long time. Okay, you see, this is September 23rd. Wow, that was last month. China sends 24 fighter jets toward Taiwan and show of force. Now they got 77 of them already there. Taiwan said dozens of Chinese planes entered the defense zone where they're not supposed to be. Man, I don't know. That's not cool. It's not good at all. Clicked on that link right there to see kind of what's going on. Oh, here it is. Over the last 2 days, yeah, this is dated October 3rd. And they're raising tensions. over the no, like what they call the no-fly zone. Damn, ain't nothing like the back of a chair to scratch an itch on. Okay, let me get rid of this. It's clogging up this CNN news site. They got so many commercials, ads, commercials, whatever you want to say. They
Yeah.
got so many on these news sites, and you got to wait for all of them things to load up. This computer's pretty damn fast, but you got to wait till all that crap loads up, and then you can scroll down, and then it freezes. You know, the news page will freeze while all the other ads get loaded up. You know, they are a mile long. You can scroll down for an hour and still see ads. Well, Miss Missy's in the house. How you doing, Miss Missy? Luke Duke Outdoors. What's happening, mon ami?
Never heard of it. I've never heard of such a thing.
7-Eleven on board.
Where's the nearest 7-Eleven? Clearwater?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's only 10:50.
It's dangerous, too.
Hey, who else came?
Not that dangerous.
Luke Duke. Let's see. Hey, Luke Duke. What's your first three letters of your email? Type that in chat. I'm gonna send you a link. Getting ready to take this Chevy 2.0 front clip out of the jig and do some finishing work. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I was gonna get you up here, Mona. Hmm. Trying to look that up. Let's see. L-U-K. I don't have it. It's not popping up. So if you don't mind, Luke, if you want to come up, because I know you've been up here already, uh, send me an email if you don't mind. See if I can find it in my history, search mail. Oh, right here. I got. I don't know why it didn't come up earlier. All right. All right, Luke. When you get a chance, check your email. David Carlisle's in the house. What's up? On to me, my Bama bro. Chevy 2 Nova front clip. Yeah, I think I already asked you what year model that was, and I was just off a couple of years. All right, that'll work, Luke. Yeah, Adam, you ought to check his little place out over there. Put it this way: it's his shop's more organized than the big shop we got. What's up, Stephen Doolittle?
Yeah, it's pretty tight in here right now. But
Yeah, you got that monster lathe. I'm not going to call it a monster lathe, but you got a big one.
yeah, I got to move around here. I got to move
Natives in the house.
this old lathe out right here. Or wait, there we go. That's another probably 14-footer.
Okay.
And the lathe
Wow.
back behind it is a 16-foot, just a size smaller than the big one I got, but not as chunky.
Uh-huh.
I need to get one of those out of the way. But the really old one's still on rollers, so it should be easy to snake past the big one.
Hey, Adam, something I was going to ask you earlier. How hard is it for you to turn aluminum?
Very easy.
Yeah, aluminum's soft.
I know.
You could put aluminum in a wood lathe.
Reason I
And-
ask is
And use it
because,
with the right tool,
Right.
the tool holder, the cutter holder.
well, main reason I was thinking is like on that, like that mini top fuel I'm wanting to build. Someone had mentioned, or they done in the video, how they modified a car flywheel to fit on one. I'm going, why modify one? I'm wondering how hard it'd be to actually make one that it will bolt up to the back of that 670. Something maybe about a 9 or 10 inch diameter.
With like a ring gear and everything on it.
No, it doesn't have to have a ring gear.
So you're talking about a flywheel from the ass end of the engine, or you're
Yep.
talking about like a harmonic balancer pulley type
No,
deal?
I'm talking about an actual flywheel that goes on the output shaft, because that way, figure a way of finding a small clutch and pressure plate to go on it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
Mm.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. But like, wow, we.
I mean, because think about it, that's going to be part of the drive line for that dragster.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely doable,
Yeah.
depending how thick and stuff you want it.
I would say no thinner than 1 inch.
1 inch.
Yeah.
If you want a 1 inch thick plate, round plate with gears,
No.
teeth.
No teeth on it. I'm
What
talking about
does that?
I'm talking about like being about that big around, and it's got the hole in the center. That way, I can bolt it straight in to the back of that on that shaft with the keyway and everything, and then have holes, the holes and everything drilled in it with threads. That way, a little clutch plate can go on there.
The only thing I'd be worried with that is the clutch disc bearing on the aluminum side.
Well, no, I mean the talk about like throwout bearing.
Well, no, the clutch disc itself between the pressure plate, like on a normal flywheel, it has a bearing
Right.
surface on it.
Right.
I don't know how grabby it would be.
Because basically, I mean, that's basically what they have on a regular top fuel. Is they got the flywheel, and you got the clutch and pressure plate and everything back there. Of course, they have 5 discs in there, and so multiple, you know, uh, fingers and everything come in, and as the RPMs go up, they all start releasing and letting each clutch start compressing.
Oh, that style. Okay.
Yep. I'm wondering how hard it'd be to do something like that.
Oh, turning a round aluminum thing is easy.
What would something like that cost me from you?
Hey, Ann, I'm crazy. How you doing?
The big thing would be depending what kind of aluminum you want to make it out of.
I ain't talking about aluminum beer cans.
Well,
Melted
yeah,
down.
there's
Yeah.
many different aluminum alloys out there.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, you got marine aluminum. I know that for a fact. You got to use that offshore, and it turns kind of like a brownish. Marine aluminum after being in salt water, like for trawl doors or whatever, it turns brownish,
Right.
a brownish color. It
'Cause, I
doesn't
mean,
stay
I've
polished.
actually right. Because I'm gonna say because I've actually do have an aluminum flywheel for a small block Mopar, and that's for racing purpose. So I'm going, why not have something like that on the back of that 670? Like I said, and find some kind of a small clutch and pressure plate and everything. The pressure plate and clutch disc. So basically, have a little throw-up bearing on there and everything set up. That way, basically, instead of having a gearbox, I'm just slowly letting out the clutch until the thing's going, and then when I'm totally off the clutch or the pedal and everything is engaged,
Hmm.
and that's the drive line.
Here, Chef Scott. Welcome to the live stream, Chef.
Because like I said, that's what the top fuel guys and funny cars do. It's like 5 different disc plates in there, and you got them fingers that go in, and as the RPMs come out, those fingers come up and they compress more and more.
Would you need to have it balanced?
Do what?
Would you need to have it balanced?
Yeah, it'd have to be balanced. And I know somewhere, I don't know if I still have it or not, but I did find it one time in a scrap pile. And I mean, this thing was a very, very small little 3-speed transmission with the clutch disc and pressure plate.
Well, looky here, Miss Ida. How you doing tonight, Sean? Popping in to say good night and give you a thumbs up. Thank you very much, Miss Ida.
Hello, Ida.
And yeah, it's 10:30 at night. I'm surprised she's up this late.
Yep. Well,
Oh, by the way, Miss Ida, after all this hot water heaters, after my stuff's done, I'm I'm gonna be making a couple of videos out for like thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much to the coin community and other communities that threw in on this. Yeah, she says I'm surprised I'm up too.
I'm,
Let's
I'm
see
just
who
waiting. Me, I'm just waiting on my better half to get here. That's
who
what Trey
was it? Who
back.
was it made her last night? They were saying they wanted some hats made, and I told them, Miss Ida, was it you made her for the embroidery stuff?
No,
Who was that?
don't get me
Brand,
lying. I slept with
Brandon?
them. It might have
Wait,
been.
yeah, Brandon. I think it was via Small Engines because he had wanted some hats and shirts. Oh, wait a minute, and somebody else. But they said their emblem would be too big for this one shop to do it. I said, yeah, but Miss Ida's got you know, she's the snitch when it comes to embroidering and all that. She can design. Who was that?
I didn't catch all. I didn't catch all your live stream last night. Like I said, I just had it sitting on the laptop running, get you some watch hours. Oh, is Ida part of the coin community?
Oh yeah, very much so.
Does she
Yeah.
does she know about the $100 bill?
I don't know. I don't
Ida,
know.
do you know about the $100 bill that I've got coming back to me from PCGS?
Until the 12th, right? Yeah, but this gonna take this be after that, Miss Ida.
Yeah,
Uh, in the next month or so. Who was it that was in my live stream? They wanted some hats and stuff made.
yeah.
Uh, but they said their channel logo would kind of be a bit of a problem. Uh,
Well,
ah,
I wound up. This was about 2 months ago. I wound up running across um, $100 bill. It was on an auction site that I will not reveal where it's at. And let's just say that I told Cajun about it, and I think uh, I think the legs on his chair gave out because I think he hit the floor a little bit when I told him about it. The next thing I know, he had to call Money Maniac up. Money comes on the stream, and I thought we were going to have to give him some CPR. Serial number is 000000192 and a star note on top of that.
yeah, 1966 model.
Yeah. And Money Maniac, he said, let me have it because, he went to go see Cajun. He stopped off on the way back home to see Crystal and I, and him and Miss Money, they got it, and he got it sent off to PCGS, and I'm figuring that later this week or early next week, I'll be getting it and be doing a grade reveal on it.
No, Miss Ida. No, I did go over there, and they don't do anything earlier than 82. But I did guess, and then that's when I called Money because he's got all the currency books, uh, and the gray sheets and all that. But uh, he did get it at a good price.
Oh yeah,
Got
I
it.
think good price.
It's about what, 60 to 80 bucks to have it graded altogether.
70.
Well, yeah, 60 to 80,
Yeah.
and then shipping, insurance, such as that he will be getting it, yeah, before the 10th, more than likely, and he's going to make a reveal, a video, a live stream reveal
Yep.
on
Be
the
doing a live.
grade.
Yep.
And I was real close. Well, for as I know, Mater said, Cajun, you were real close with your grade.
Yep. Now,
He
thing
still
about
hadn't
it,
told us that yet,
no,
so
I do know what the grade is, and the only reason on that is because Wednesday, Money got an email from PCGS, and he was thinking it was on his uncut $2 sheet as far as what it was. He'll say, here's a grade, this, that, and the other, and it's like, whoops, no, that's from Mater. That's Mater's $100 bill. So he and I were talking, and let's just say Money told me that if I decide to sell that bill, he better be the first one I call. Okay, 1966.
I got it. I got it in chat.
All right.
But you can say it again. It don't matter.
Man, I didn't do the pop out chat. But yeah, I mean that's the thing that really got me was I saw that I saw the serial number. It's like, hold on a minute here. Like I said, when I started telling Cajun what the serial number was, he was going, huh?
Yeah, I was waiting on another zero. Oh,
Yeah.
Mater.
Yeah.
Miss Ida, I think you know what happened last Friday morning when all the donations came in my PayPal from my hot water heater fund.
No, I didn't hear.
Oh, okay. Well, that Miss Ida is the one that raised me. Miss Ida and the coin community raised me that $1,200.
Good.
Yeah,
That's real good. I'm glad of that.
yeah. We still had to go take out a loan though. We still had to go take out a loan because the price of lumber wasn't what I thought it was. Oh boy! And then we have the gas pipes, the gas lines. At least we got cold water right now. Me
All
and
right,
the
let me ask
plumber
you
did. So
Okay,
yeah, that's
how much lumber do you need and of what size?
already got it. It's already paid for.
Okay.
Yeah, Johnny Best gave him the invoice because I told him, do not let them tell them do not deliver it yet. It was scheduled for Monday. Do not let them deliver it yet because we hadn't got all the pipes done yet. The gas lines, which is galvanized, black iron pipe, but it's galvanized underneath. And I didn't know where Michael Shane was at today, but man, today was a beautiful day over here. I guess he had one of them jobs he couldn't do last week because he had been coming over in the afternoon to do a pressure test on the gas lines.
Right.
I mean, it wouldn't even hold an ounce of
Yeah.
pressure, much less 4 pounds.
Yeah. Now, as far as I don't know what the letters are. I don't remember what the letters were before the serial number. Only thing I was concerned about was what the numbers were. I didn't pay attention to
Yeah.
what the letter was.
It was a B, and then the last one was a star note because it was a replacement note.
Yeah. And that's what really got me was being a star note. On top of that, being a low serial number. I'm going to have to go back and check gonna have to go back at least a couple of months in my emails and check. It might be still in there. I don't know.
Stephen Doolittle said Cajuncoinhunter crap with all the dollars you have and business you own and silver you own that could have been done a while ago. I don't know what you mean by that, Stephen Doolittle. I looked at my silver and I didn't have enough to do an auction with, matter of fact. That's how the coin community works. When somebody's in trouble, you help them out. And Lord knows how many times I've helped a lot of people out. And Miss Ida can tell you that too. There's 710. What's up, Mona Me? Oh, it's a joke, bro. Oh, okay. All right, Steve. No, I wish I had enough stuff that I would have paid for that. Yeah, Ida Herring. Oily! What's up, Scott? Chef Scott. What's on the menu today, bro?
I don't know. I cooked up something interesting tonight.
What did you pick up this time? What dumpster diving did you do today?
Oh, no dumpster diving.
Hey, that's where all the good stuff's at.
Right here's the dumpster I'm diving into.
What is that? That ain't no dumpster.
It's a Dodge.
That's a gold mine. Durango.
No.
Or Dakota. Okay, Dakota.
Yeah, Dakota.
It's a pickup version of Durango.
Look at the interior in this bad boy.
Damn.
Clean.
Is that
That's
thing
the reason why I'm
supposed to
putting
have
money into it.
Hey, is that thing supposed to have a 5.2 in it?
The what?
Is that thing supposed to have a 318 Magnum?
No.
Oh. Oh. You got the V6.
Yep, 3.9.
Yeah.
But look. It's trail rated.
Yeah, but look at all that rust along that fender too. Ew.
Yep, it's a little it's a little rustic. It's got some holes in the rockers.
Yeah, that's a little too much.
But that's Ohio for you.
I hope you didn't pay much for it.
Well, let's just say I bought it for parts, really.
Okay.
But the parts that I wanted for it, it had an aftermarket radio in it, and I needed a windshield out of it for something else. For my other Dakota that I have. Well, the bad thing of it is my other Dakota is in worse shape than what this one is. So I actually changed the tires on it. This has got 31-inch tires on it that I had on my other Dakota. I swapped them out, put the tires and wheels off of this one on the other Dakota. And I was going to get rid of that other Dakota, but I haven't got rid of it yet. I still drive it, or still use it, I should say. So I had another Dakota that I hit the front. I hit a deer with. So I ended up using the radiator out of this truck to fix the other one then. So this has been sitting around. So I've been having, I've got to move vehicles around at my house right now. I've got to get rid of stuff. So I went ahead and decided to go ahead and fix this one. So I went and bought another Dakota to get this motor out of. So I actually have another four-wheel drive Dakota. It's in worse shape than what this one is. Windshield's busted in it, back windows busted out of it. It's in pretty sad shape. but the motor's good. But I bought this one at the time. I bought this one for $200, and I bought this truck with this motor in it for $300.
So you got two of 'em. So you got two Dakotas, both of them 4x4s for $500.
Yep. Yep.
That's cheap enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
And really, my other Dakota I've got a black Dakota that I've put money into. I didn't really put a whole lot of money into it, but I don't have nothing in it though, because I did some trading for it. Guy bought a vehicle off of me and he traded it in. So I've got 3 4-wheel drive Dakotas that I have very little money in.
You know what?
But
Scott,
the thing of it is,
you know
this
what?
truck right
Hey, whoa.
here,
Okay,
this
go
truck
ahead. I'm
right
sorry.
here,
Go ahead.
being 4-wheel drive, will bring good money. This thing will probably bring $2,000
Or more.
or more. Yep.
Scott, you are the only guy that I know that can fall into a buffalo wallet, a pigsty, cow patties, fresh
A
cow
load of
patties,
shit.
and still come out smelling like a rose.
That's the way I do it. That's the way I've done this for my whole entire life. So
Yeah. Well, you see, you got connections, you got friends. Everybody knows, and then you look in the markets for deals. You know, you actually have a shop, an awesome shop with all them antique tools you got. You know, like he was showing off a while back.
well,
Man,
see, with what I do, I don't need high end tools. I don't need Snap-on tools. You know,
yeah.
I probably make more money than them guys do at a regular shop, spending thousands of dollars on their big tools. I work, dude. I've been doing this shit my whole entire life. I work maybe 3-4 hours a day if I'm lucky. Today, all I did was I messed with this motor a little bit. I was gonna put the motor in today, but we've got a local parts store. I got a parts store. It's like 5 miles away. It's called KOI. Well, I'm gonna put a front pump seal in the transmission. I want to put a front pump seal in this before I
Oh
put it back
yeah.
together.
Might as well. Might as well.
Well, I called KOI this morning or this afternoon. Said, yeah, we got one. So my dad went to go pick it up. Here, somebody put the wrong seal in the wrong box. So it wasn't the right seal in the box. So therefore, I've got to wait for it. It's not going to be in until tomorrow morning. So that kind of foiled my plans today of getting this motor put in. But I didn't care. I put new plug wires, new plugs, cap and rotor on this thing before I set it down in there. I cleaned things up. I had some dirt in here. I sprayed it all out. You know, just prepping it to get it put in. But you know, I've got everything here that I need. I mean, I don't know. It's just what I do. What I do. And I have no pressure either. I don't have no pressure with getting jobs done. I work at my own pace. If I want to take a break, I'll take a break. Don't bother me none at all. Just like today, heck, my back was hurting, my legs were hurting, everything. Hell, I went and sat in the house for a while. Said the hell with it.
I couldn't find that receipt to try and find out about what the letter was. All I'm saying is you just have to tune in for the reveal.
And another thing too is when you have extra vehicles like this truck here, I've got an extra truck for it. The transmission lines that are in this one is leaking. So guess what? I've got a whole nother truck with transmission lines on it that are good.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's it.
hey, I got a question for you. Okay, 97 half-ton club cab, 318 in it, automatic. What do you think I can get for it? And
90.
transmission needs work on it. Got a small exhaust leak, and I think the power booster might be out.
What, 2-wheel drive?
Yeah,
Is it rust free?
it's Texas, North Texas.
Well, the thing of it is, probably down there you won't get much for it, but up here it'd probably bring pretty good money
Like what?
just
like
because
what,
it's rust free.
well, what would you say as far as pretty good money up there?
How many miles are on it?
I think 178,000.
Well, 318 needs tranny work. I mean, body wise, if it's rust free, you could probably get $2,000 out of it with transmission issues.
Well, the only thing
Now
wrong
fixing
with body
it,
is, the only thing wrong with body on it needs paint job.
now
That takes
fixing it,
no rub.
Fixing the transmission in it, whatever that needs. Shoot, you might be able to pull $3,000-4,000 out of it up here, easy.
Know anybody up there that want to buy it?
Not right offhand.
Tell you
Wait,
what,
which one you selling? Is it
My
yours,
90
Mater?
Yeah, my 97
97 what? Ford?
Dodge.
Oh, Dodge. I thought you had another truck.
Yeah, I got my 17.
See,
No, another one. Crystal's truck.
No,
I thought you were talking about a Ford or
No,
Chevy
she
or
did.
something.
well, she had that F-250, but
That's the one. That's the one. The Ford
well,
250.
right, yeah, but the agreement was that someone was going to help get the backyard cleaned up to have room to put it. Well,
Ah,
he never did, and the truck got hauled off for scrap metal up in Oklahoma. And I kept
Really?
telling him, I told him, hey, if you want that truck down here, you got to get out there and clean up that backyard area in order to put it.
and I'll help you. And you said I'll help you change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told him I'd help him do all that stuff. And I said, but you got to get that area over there cleaned out. It never got cleaned. So guess what? Truck never made it down here. I still have my 97.
What engine they had in there? That's straight six or
No, it had the was it the Triton V8, I think.
the Triton? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It was 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Hey, Mater, you see these lights in here?
Yeah.
Them's the ones you want right there.
Yeah, but
Them
I
are
don't have room for them, really.
well, they're 8 foot long. You know how big they are? They're little itty bitty things.
Yeah.
They're
Hey.
only this long. I got an extra one right here. They're only like 2 inches wide.
That's
And
the
we're-
LED. LED
Yeah, they're
strips,
LED.
right?
They're
Yeah.
10,000 lumens, and only paid for the 8 footers. Are only $24 a piece.
And where'd you get them at?
Well, there's a guy west of me that's a dealer in them.
Okay. Well, see,
So
I got Harbor Freight, so. And
well, you can get these lights online. They sell these online everywhere.
Yeah, but
And the neat thing about it is,
yeah,
you
but
see
my
them
question is-
LEDs? You see them LEDs right there?
Hey, Scott. Hey, do they take the Harbor Freight credit card?
Oh no, but still,
Okay.
$24. If you don't have $24 cash, then something's wrong. But anyways, what I'm saying,
No.
you see them right there?
Yeah.
Them are LED lights.
Oh yeah.
They work in the old fixtures.
Yeah.
They hook up just like the old fixtures. All you gotta do is take the ballast out of the fixture, wire it direct, and you can run LEDs in them.
Oh yeah. All you gotta do is
Them
buy the
were-
bulb, but you also gotta know.
Them were
Right.
Them
But
are
you
like
also gotta know
$12 a piece.
right. But you also got to know if you got shunted or non-shunted tombstones, and get the correct bulbs to go in there.
The what?
You got to know if you've got shunted or non-shunted tombstones to get the correct bulbs. Because if you get the wrong bulb, you're gonna blow it out.
I don't know. We just put them in 2 years ago, and they're still working. We just hooked them up. All we did, we took the ballast out, like the guy
Right.
told us. He said all you gotta do is take the ballast out, wire them direct, and hook them up, and they'll work.
Yep.
They've been in 2 years now.
All right, my turn to go lean off the edge of the dock.
Lean on
No,
the edge of the dog.
leaning off the dock of the bay.
But I tell you what,
Watching
these
the
lights here are the
peas flow
cheapest
away.
lights I have found and are awesome. I mean, what can you do with 10,000 lumens? It lightened this shop right up.
Yeah. All right, hold on here. Hold on. Mater's going. He's gonna do an Otis Redding song. He said, "I'm leaning off the dock of the bay, watching the pea flow away. Then the alligators might not get me."
Yeah. Here's that other transmission line. I pulled it out of the other truck today. You know
You
how
ain't
much
got
money
none.
this? Do you know how much money this saved me having another truck to get one of these?
A lot.
Probably about $70.
Easy. The line in this one's all rusted right here, and it's leaking right here.
All right. So was I close at $70?
Probably, but how much money I saved myself just having the truck here to have one.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, I had I got a buddy of mine, and I did all the groundwork for him. He traded in, it was a 79, 80, I want to say Rambler, Jeep Rambler. Or was it an 89 Jeep Rambler? I ordered a new engine for him because we found out he had a rear main seal leaking, and it had 200,000 miles on that Jeep. It was a Rambler, and he got the Jeep plus like 2,000 or 3,000 cash for his Cape horn. He had a 23-foot Cape horn with a 235 Evinrude on the back. So this guy, they made the deal. Well, I just set them up. They made the deal, and so me and Kirk went for a ride in it. And man, you got a nice Jeep. He said, "Yeah, but it's got a little oil leak on it." I'm like, "Okay, well, when we park it, we'll go look at it." And I'm like, "Oh, that's a rear main seal on the engine." So I asked a buddy of mine, a mechanic in town that had worked on Missy's car, and he's very reasonable. He was a cop. He was a patrol officer. Okay, like he wasn't a captain. He's just a sergeant, like right below the captain. And he says, "What year is it?" I told him what year it was. He's like, "No, you got to pull the crank to change the seals on it. It's a double seal on that one." So I told Kirk that. He says, "Go ahead and get me a new engine, Boudreaux. Get me a new engine." So I went to AutoZone, and we got the engine order that came in 2 days later. I took his truck from up in Mamou, came down here, got it loaded, and we still had to pay that core tag. I forget how much the engine was. It wasn't that much, $1,000. So everything went off the top of the other one. Well, no, actually, I ordered a loan block, and the only thing that needed to be on it was the carburetor. For some reason, the dipstick tube on the old motor was cracked at the bottom. I called AutoZone. after the engine was in the Jeep and said, Adam, I need, and his name was Adam. No, I don't. He was a cousin of mine. I said, I need to order a dipstick tube for the oil. He's like, all right. So he looked it up. He says, I have to order it. I said, go ahead and order it. He said, you want to know how much it is first? Well, $25, 25 bucks just for the dipstick tube. He's like, nope, go up a little more. I'm like, 35, nope. 50, nope, go higher. I said, okay, 100 bucks. Nope, go higher. I'm like, what? I said, tell me how much it is, Danny. $189 for a dipstick tube to go in that Jeep engine.
Damn.
I'm like, oh, no, no. So I went to the tractor place and put a left-hand drill bit in it, in that one, to take it out to match the size. I bought I think it was a International Harvester, Case IH, dipstick tube that long with the dipstick in it. Put it in. We put the 6 quarts of oil in that engine because it requires 6 quarts, not 5 quarts. And fresh oil, everything in it. So I took a hacksaw and put the full mark, and I went down just say 3/8 of an inch, and I put another mark with a hacksaw. That was your low spot. So for $15 instead of $189 on a dipstick.
Yep. Hey Scott, if you're saying up there where you live, like on that 97 of mine, I'd get what, about $3,000 for something like that?
Oh, easy. If the body's rust free up here, they go for pretty good money.
Hey, if you know anybody looking for one, I'll make them one hell of a deal if they want to come down and get it. 2,500.
I didn't. What's that?
Hey, 2,500. So if someone wants to come get it, I'll sell it to them for 2,500.
Oh yeah. Well, that would be fixed though too. That would be with the transmission fixed.
No, I'm talking about as is, 2,500.
I'd have to find out. That's a long haul though too. They'd cost you $500 in gas. Go down and get it. What's wrong with the transmission in it?
It won't shift out of first. And I've already replaced all 3 servos in the transmission.
Is Juan still in the chat?
I don't know. I know I'm fixing to get out of here because I think Crystal's finally home, so I need to get in there. And yeah, I need to get in and get some sleep. That way I can get to work in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I was just showing this Fox Vert off I have. I got it running. This Fox.
Hey Scott, now I'll put it like this. I think the lowest I might go would be about $2,000.
Yeah.
Now I will put it. Now, if someone was to offer me $2,000 for it, I'd say come get it.
Send me some pictures of it.
I can do that.
What is it? A extended cab or anything?
Yep. It's got it's got the 6.5 foot bed.
Okay, yeah.
What's up, pizza guy?
Yep.
What's
Yeah,
happening, mate?
send me a few good pictures of it, and I'll see what I can do.
All right, I can do that. Like I said, because I've got this 17 now, and don't really need that other one, so I'm figuring I'll sell the other one and everything. Give me some extra room here at the house, and I can use that money, get some bills paid off, and everything.
Hell yeah.
I mean, because I don't need the truck now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one other option I've got for it, and that's find out what the rules are out at my local dirt track and put a rope, strip it all down, put a roll cage in it, and go race it.
Yeah, there you go.
I could do that. I could very easily do that.
Yeah, this side's in a little better shape on this side.
Yeah. All right, Cajun, I'm going to get out of here because I think Crystal's home. I need to get in there and get some sleep anyways.
All right.
So, but yeah, and I'll definitely keep you and everybody else informed as far as what the status is on that $100 bill, as far as when I'm going to be getting it.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, I'll definitely let you know when I get it in.
All right, mon ami.
All right. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all, I guess, Wednesday.
Flip top.
All right.
Yeah, here's how good I am. I don't mark anything on my wires. I pull the wires off. I don't mark them. When I did these plug wires, I'm not joking. I'm not lying. When I did these plug wires, I already had the plugs already out of this thing because before I pulled it out of that other truck, I took compression test on it. So I already had the plugs out of this thing, so the wires were hanging loose. I did not check the timing on this thing at all. And I put this thing up. I hooked it all up. All I did was I took the old distributor cap and rotor, or the old distributor cap with all the wires on it, right here. I set it right up here like this. I set it right here like this. And I wired this thing up just like it is and put it right in order.
Yeah, but you see, you used to, but you do that all the time, and you know your onions and your bell peppers. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
My dad always said to me, all right, now, my dad was a carpenter. He was a home builder, right? And I was 16, and I'm cutting stairs, okay, stair treads. He was like, boy, he says, you know your onions. That's an old saying down here. You know your onions. Because I could do a set of stairs in no time, and it would take my dad about 4 hours just to
Oh yeah.
figure it and cut them out.
It's just something like this too. It would take a normal other person to look it up in a book, try to get the firing order right, and all this other stuff. I didn't. I took the distributor cap, laid it right up here, and I took the length of the wires. I figured the length of the wires was going to tell me where each plug wire went.
Yeah.
Only reason why I know I'm right. You know where I found the firing order at? The firing order is right here on the intake. I didn't even look at this firing order until after I had everything hooked up, and I looked at the firing order. It's like, bloop, 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 bloop. Yep, it's right.
Yeah. Yeah, so when you stabbed the distributor in it, you didn't stab a distributor, you just put the cap on, right?
Yeah, I just put a cap on it. Cap and rotor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's a different story when you put a different distributor, the whole distributor in.
Yeah.
You got to make sure number 1, number 3, or whatever.
No, not me. Not me. I can pull this distributor out, and I can put another distributor back in it right in time. Guaranteed.
Okay. I mean, I don't doubt you, and I'm not saying that, but you pay attention.
Well, yeah. Well, what I do is when I take the distributor cap off, I mark where the pointer's at for the rotor. I mark where it's at on the distributor. You mark where the thing is at, right? The hold down is at. Yeah. You know where it's at. All you gotta do is when you pull that distributor out, because you know that it's gonna turn when it comes out. So all you gotta do is if you put another distributor in it, put that pointer in the right spot, slide right down in there. You got your pointers already marked. Done. I don't even have to put it on top dead center or nothing. I'll pull it out and put another distributor right back down in it, right in the same spot.
like I said, you know your onions on that because you do it all the time.
Well, yeah, that's the way I was taught. You know, my dad's
Yeah.
always tore cars apart. We've never put cars on top dead center, hardly, unless we pull it completely apart. I mean, if you tear one completely apart, pull the heads off and everything, but not necessarily. I had a Taurus sitting out here that I did heads on, and I did a video of it. I pulled the distributor out of it, and I was going to mark it and I wasn't going to turn the motor over or nothing. I was just going to do it, put the heads on it, put the distributor back in it, and start it up without turning the motor. And I did it. Other guys, they'd have to be dinking around with it and trying to figure this out and that out and put it on top dead center. Not me. It don't bother me none at all. I know my potatoes.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's Brian's World and mechanic. It's a Mopar. The gear stays in place with the oil pump shaft. The distributor only has a keyway that can only go into the top of the gear 2 ways.
Yep.
And if you do it the other way, it's not going to run. you 180 degrees off.
If you pull the distributor out without turning the motor over, now if you turn the motor over, that's a different story. As long as you don't touch the motor, as long as you don't touch the bottom end, don't turn it over. You pull that distributor out, you put it right back down in the same spot. The oil pump gear will mesh up. Everything will be right on.
Hey Brian, I sent you a link earlier. I gotta send one more out.
This thing actually had 2 starter cables in it. No shit. Somebody replaced it. Here's this other starter cable that was dragging in this thing. Somebody at one time or another broke the end off on the starter. See, that's for the starter for the solenoid. They broke it off. So what they do? They didn't fix this. They just put a new cable in it and left the old one in. So I said, the heck with that. I'm removing it too. This thing's got brand new brake lines on it. They had the old brake lines were still in this thing. I tore them out. This thing will make a nice little truck.
Brian said, what I'm saying is the gear won't come out with a distributor like a Ford or Chevy.
The gear won't come out. Which gear?
The one at the bottom of the distributor. You know, when you pull the whole distributor out, you got the gear on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Brian's World was talking about earlier. The gear won't come out with the distributor like a Ford or Chevy. The gear is going to stay in, and it's got a keyway in it. When you put the distributor back in on that, it'll boom, it slide right in like a flywheel on top of a Briggs and Stratton.
Yep. Well, they all pull out.
Brian's World is a he used to work for a Dodge dealership years ago, whatever. Brian has a mechanic shop.
Yeah.
He's over in California. He's fixing to come up in here. And I'm looking for Pizza Guy to come up in here too. I sent quite a few mechanics emails. Power Stroke Jude, naturally his name, gives it away.
I need to do some cleaning. I got tools laying on the bench all over the place. I got a mess here.
Damn, that looks like the big shop, man. Johnny work in.
I got parts. I still got bolts and nuts and screws still for that Sable job here, and all my bolts and screws and stuff for this thing are over on this side of the bench.
Well, I tell you what, your shop ain't as near as crowded and polluted as me and Johnny's shop. Starbucks jumping coins, what's going on, mon ami?
Well, see,
Starbucks
I've got.
just said, Brian, holy smokes, how the hell are you, brother?
You see, I've got this truck in here right now, and I got plenty of room from the motor to the front of the truck. But the thing of it is, I got the back end of the truck sticking out the back of the door, and I can't shut the door. I got to stick it out the back side here.
All right, you gotta what? You gotta move it in a little further, or you just gotta stay up all night.
I'm just gonna leave it stay up all night. I've done that before. No big deal.
I'm talking about you gotta stay up all night watching
Oh
your stuff.
no. Oh, we don't get bothered out here in the country.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, wait, let me do this. You know what?
We
takes
leave
one
our keys in the
time.
cars out here.
It only takes one time for somebody to get in there and just snatch and grab a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Well, the thing of
And
it
then you
is,
say, well, I
right
should have
there.
locked it last night.
well, right there's my Mustang. My Durango's in front of it with the trailer, and the keys are in my Durango, and they stay in it all night, out by the road.
Oh, well, okay. You're in a good part of town. Or the country.
No, I'm out in the country. I'm out in the boondocks.
No, I was correcting myself. I
The
said
thing is, I live out.
you are in the good part of town. I mean, country.
Well, the thing of it is, out here, we're all local yokels. There's no riffraff around here too much.
Right.
We've had a few break-ins, but the thing of it is, the break-ins are at the. We had a break-in over here at the neighbors. My neighbors has got a. They got a multi-million-dollar business. It's a tractor junkyard,
Mm-hmm.
and they got broken into here a couple months ago. Well, the thing of it is, it was probably an inside job, though. That's the thing.
Mike Panucci, what's going on, my brother? How you doing? Okay, wait a minute. Oh, okay, Brian.
You know what? The only other excitement we've had out here. The only other excitement we've had out here in the last 10 years, there's a bunch of kids out here running up and down the streets on four-wheelers, and they're out mailbox hunting. They're going down the road on four-wheelers and hitting mailboxes with baseball bats and rocks.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, I was standing out front here one day, the day that they were doing it, and all of a sudden I turned around, I hear a smack. I was like, what the fuck was that? Here I looked over, our mailbox
Watch out.
our mailbox was caved in.
We can't say, hey, Scott, we can't say them words on here.
What's that?
We can't say the F word on here.
Oh, did I say the F word?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry. Well, anyways, I was like, crap, they hit the mailbox. So I come in the shop here because Dad was out here in the shop. I told him, I said, hey, these kids are going out here and hit mailboxes out here. So just smashed our mailbox in. So what it is we go down the hill here, and there's a creek right down here there's a bridge. Well, them kids went down the creek on the other side of the bridge, and there's a lane that goes back to the back. There's a woods back there with fields on each side. My dad jumped in his patrol car and hunted them down. He took the patrol car back to the field and got them.
Dang.
They were shitting. Needless to say, they were crapping. When they saw that highway patrol car coming back to the field, they about crapped.
You know, they had You know how the trolls get on YouTube channels and all that, and they bombard you for like a month, a week, 2 weeks, or whatever, and then you get a break on them, and then they'll come back a year later. Well, out in the country, there was a bunch of kids or whatever, 19, 20-year olds drunk, and it happened 3 times in 1 year. Buster Broussard, our neighbor, he had a house way in the back. He had a mile-long driveway almost, and 3 times his mailbox got baseball batted. You know, they ride around in the back of a bed of a pickup, and they swing a baseball bat. They do
Yep.
about 25, 30 miles an hour, knock your mailbox off, dent it, whatever. Well, Buster Broussard, which was uh, it's Broussard Brothers in Coastal City, huge oil-field company. That was his brother. Oh, Pidu. No, not Pidu. Anyway, his brother had his welders make uh, drill stem, 4-inch drill stem, 4-inch pipe, thick wall. They concreted it into the ground, and they had a mailbox, looked like a regular mailbox, welded to it, to the post.
Mm-hmm.
And they found a guy on the side of the road one morning, early in the morning, when Buster Broussard went out. They had a broken baseball bat on that solid iron pipe mailbox. He was, the saying goes, when he admitted to it at the sheriff's office, he swung the baseball bat, the bat cracked, the top of the bat cracked, hit him in the head, knocked him out of the truck. His buddies didn't realize that he was in that shape.
Wow.
Oh boy. Oh yeah. And
Well,
naturally he snitched on his buddies, and the mailbox bandits didn't come back.
well, needless to say that on my story, we caught him back here in the field. We called the cops. They had hit 7 or 8 mailboxes around the area. One of the neighbors, about a mile and a half down the road, drove by and saw we had him cornered. He jumped out of his truck. He was ready to kick their butts. He was pissed. He was ready to go off. I mean, he was going off. He says, I'm a Korean, or not Korean, but Vietnam veteran, blah blah blah. He started going off because he's a little wacky in the head. But anyways, he was going off. We said, calm down. We got it taken care of. We got the cops coming and everything. Don't worry, we'll get it taken care of. So he ended up. Them kids were on the football team. His dad, the one kid's dad, just lives right around the corner from us. And the cops called his dad up. His dad was irate, pissed.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
you're on the
literally
football
pissed.
team, you're the quarterback or the captain of the team or something, and then you get a couple of beers in you, you think you Hulk Hogan, and you go around messing with other people's stuff. I'll bet you the coach had a word with them boys.
Well, they got in big trouble for it, and they ended up having to pay for all the mailboxes that they damaged and everything. It was
even the ones they didn't damage around town or out in the country.
If you damage a mailbox, that's a federal offense.
It is.
And that's what the cops said. We were cool about it. The cops were cool about it, and we let them do their time. Let them, they got in trouble for it, but they had to, they had to pay for the mailbox stuff, which they did. So let them off easy. But then they figured out, well, we did a pretty bad thing. We'll think about that twice.
Yeah.
But that's about the only excitement that happens around out here. We don't have much excitement.
You know, hey, fun is fun when you do that every now and then. But if you want to do it, it's just like toilet paper in people's trees and front yards or whatever. Fun is fun, but if you destroy somebody's property like that, you better have
Yeah.
the money to replace their stuff. You know, like a mailbox and all that.
Oh, it was
You know,
funny. We got my buddies tried to TP us one time. Well, see, my dad's a gun guy. So he goes and grabs his 45. He grabs his 45 and shoots it out across the front yard. Fuck, it lights the whole front yard up, and them guys just scatter.
yeah. Say that'll learn you, darn you.
Yeah, they never came back either. My dad's nuts. He was crazy. Shoot, we caught, what was it? We did one other time. Oh, I think it was T Piers one other time. He had his dad's car here he was working on. Had an old Chrysler Imperial. Was it an Imperial or what was the other one? New Yorker.
Oh,
Yeah,
New York.
Chrysler New Yorker. Had the old they had an old 440 in it, I think it was.
Yeah, my dad had
took
one
off
with
in that big old boat after these kids. He took after these kids in that car, man. He ran them down, got their license plate number, went up to the cop shop, and turned them in.
My dad had a New Yorker, the short body version. You know, the newer version.
Yeah, newer ones.
And then he bought my parents, my godfather. He bought his New Yorker, which is like a 70, 72, 73, I want to say. New Yorker. We went to see my parent on my mama's side at the rice mill, and I had to go fill out an application and a driving test for a French's drilling fluid. That's back when I was driving 18-wheeler. I drove 18-wheelers on and off for, what was it, 14, 15 years, maybe longer, 20 years almost. Let's see, hold on. From 18 to 10 years, and I had owned 2 trucks, not both at the same time, though, hauling off-field equipment. So I went put in that application, and the motor burned up in that New Yorker. It just went out for no freaking reason. It went out. Well, Mama called her brother, my parent that we went to see at the rice mill. He came, got us, and we had a tow truck come get the car. And that was one of them long cars. Like I said, I think it was a 72 or something like that, or 73. And he had that 440 in there. Got another engine, and 2 months later, Daddy was driving it, and it went out. And that was a crate motor. That was a brand new engine. It went out. So whoever had put it in had to make it good, you know, because they had a warranty on it. Well, after that, the engine stayed. You know, that third engine stayed in there. I tell you what, man, it was that car lasted a long time. They didn't have but 50,000 miles on the car when Dad bought it from other parent.
Yeah, I read where Juan says, "Don't announce that I leave keys in the car." Pfft, we don't have no problems out here. If we do have problems, they get shot.
Yeah. True that. And cigar keeps going out on me.
Yeah. See, I got a neighbor. There's a neighbor that lives right over here. His bedroom window is right out the side of our house right here. And if he hears anything, he's got dogs over here. He'll let them loose if there's anything going on over here at night. He's got German shepherds too.
Yeah, that's what that. Shepherds and Dobermans are two of the most excellent guard dogs you can have.
Yep. And they bark too if anything's going on outside.
Oh yeah, they'll let you know.
As you can hear, they're pretty quiet tonight because there's nothing going on outside. It's pretty quiet out. It's quiet out here at night. You listen to it. All we hear is bugs. We got bugs. Actually, you go to the north of me right here is where the highway's at. I-75 is right 2 mile north of me. And then US 30 is 2 mile that way to the south of me. So it's quiet out here. We don't get no we never have much. Only problems I ever had when I was a kid, I ended up I had car stereo in my Mustang, and I was running around in town, with bumping my stereo and everything, and ended up one night they ended up following me home. Somebody that was a thief, they ended up following me home. So you don't have to announce it. They'll follow you. They followed me home, waited till late at night, and come in because I don't lock the keys I don't lock the doors or anything in my car. They come in and took just a few little things out of my car and left.
Huh. Wow.
I had an equalizer in there. They got the equalizer. They didn't get the deck because the deck was pretty solid in there, but they got the equalizer out. They took an amp because I had an amp mounted on top of a set of subs. And they got the pair of subs and an amp, and that was it.
So they knew you had a little boom boom or power, a little bit of wattage, and that's what they were looking for.
It was a high dollar amp too.
What kind?
Precision Power.
I think I heard of that brand. I think.
PPI. It was the best amp back in the 80s and 90s. Just that one amp alone. One amp alone had was like $700.
Yeah. Back in the 80s, late 70s and 80s, they had the Alpine amps. Then you had the Fosgate.
Yep.
Rockford Fosgate. And I think it's those that you can bridge them down. You can bridge 150 watt amp. You can bridge them down to a half ohm, and you could blow out
bridge. Do you know
watts.
Do you know what the difference between bridging them and them getting them down to 1 ohm? Do you know what the difference is?
Okay, you tell me, and then I'll tell you.
To bridge an amp, let's say you got a 4-channel amp, you can bridge it down to 2 channels. To get it down to a 1 ohm load, you got to run your speakers in a parallel, positive to positive, negative to negative. So you got two. If you have 2 4 ohm subs, you run them in a parallel series, you'll get it down to 2 ohms. In order to get it down to 1 ohm, you got to wire 4 subs in a parallel.
Well, they used to bridge it down to a half ohm and blow out. They can enter in a 500 watt category class, and a 100 watt or 150 watt would beat out the 500 class.
That Precision Power that I had, It was a 4-channel amp. It was 4x50, so it was a regular 200-watt amp. It was a 4-channel. You bridge it down to 2-channel. It was 400 watts, and then you took it down to a 2-ohm load. It was like an 800-watt amp. You bridge it down, but you're still pushing the same power to the same subs. You just got more subs.
I used to work on them old Alpine amps.
Now, the neat thing is if you buy a sub with a dual voice coil, you got 2 4-ohm voice coils, so you can run both coils in a parallel. You'll have one sub producing 2 ohms. That's another way of doing it. So you don't have to have another sub hooked up. You use a 2 voice coil sub.
I've never heard of that.
Yep, they're out there.
I wasn't the audio tech guy as far as for setting systems up. I would just fix the amps.
Well, did you know the ohms on a car stereo speaker and a home stereo speakers are different?
Well, it depends. Some of the car stereo speakers, when I was a kid, 13, 14 years old, 12, 13, 14, we used to get them out of the junk cars. Me and Robert Amster, his dad owned the junkyard, and they were all 8-ohm speakers.
Yeah,
So
older one.
Rear dash speakers were 8-ohm speakers.
Yeah. That's what most home stereos are. Most home stereo speakers are 8-ohm.
And we'd hook them up. When the battery would run out, we were playing a radio in the shack, we called it. It wasn't a tree house because it was on the ground, but we called it the camp. And when the battery would run down, we'd just go to another car in the junkyard and get another battery.
That my first dabble in car stereos was I put a stereo. I had an old Olds Delta 88. I put an aftermarket deck in it. It was like an old Craig, I think it was. It might have been a Craig or a Sparkomatic or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, Craig, Sparkomatic. Yeah, it was Craig.
I hooked the stereo up in it. I ran wires for the factory speakers, and then I went in the house and stole my mom's home stereo speakers and wired them up in it. That was my first dabble in car stereos, and I was like 16 years old when I did that. My mom was like, "Where's my speakers at?" I play my music, and I didn't have no speakers. I stole them.
You talking about one of them old console stereo, record player, 8-track, radio, big. They look like a piece of furniture.
I think it was like an old Panasonic. I think Panasonic turntable, had a turntable on top with the radio on the front, and she had separate speakers for it. So I stole the speakers and put them in my car.
Oh, that kind. Oh, okay. Because the one I thought you were talking about, I was reading chat. Anyway, the one I thought you was talking about looked like a piece of furniture.
Oh yeah, the big console.
Always in console. Yeah. And you lifted the lid up and had another lid, and the 2 speakers in the front, one to the left, one to the right. And
well, my mom had a little bit more updated version. She had the regular separate, had the the box with the turntable and the radio and stuff, and had separate speakers that you can put somewhere else.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That was back in the 70s yet, the boot.
Yeah, the one that I'm talking about, pick up the lid, you had the turntable inside, had an AM/FM radio, then you had an 8-track deck player built into it, and when you open up the left side of it, which was only like a third of the size, you had 2 lids. You had, one was like, if you divided in three, you had 2/3 of the lid. Lifted that up, that gave you access to the record player, 8-track, AM, FM stereo.
I
Lifted
have
the
one.
left side up, and they had all the records, the albums stored that you can put on a rack in there. I have one. I have one right now in my living room.
Yeah, I've got one too. I got one. My grandparents had one in their house, and when both grandparents died, and I took over their property over here, and when I left over there, I took the that stereo out of there when I left. My grandparents owned 90 acres just down the road here, about 3 mile. And my dad was the oldest he was the oldest. So my grandpa wasn't at home at the time. This was, about 99, 98. I think it was 98. My grandpa was still home, in the home. And I went over to my grandpa. I said, "Hey, Grandpa, what are you going to do with that old trailer that was sitting out behind the house?" He says, none of the family wants it. He says, "An old piece of garbage." He says, "Nobody in the family wants it." He looks at me, he goes, "Do you want it?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I'd use it." It was a 69 model trailer. It was a 12 by 60, I think it was. And ended up, he says, "You can have it." He says, "I don't care." He said, "Nobody else in the family will want it." So I ended up.
You talking about a little mobile home trailer?
Yeah, mobile home was a 60 by 12 by 60 mobile home. It was still sitting out there at the house. So I ended up doing, after my grandma died, my grandpa took, had a living will. My grandma had a living will. My grandpa was able to live off the land per se, but the rest of the family owned it. So Dad, being the executor of the estate, I got to go down and take care of that house down there, the old farmhouse, and then my grandpa had a trailer sitting there. So I got the trailer, I fixed it up, put it out behind the house, fixed it all up, put it on concrete slabs, ran water to it, ran sewage to it and everything. And I lived over there for a couple of years until my aunt had a big fit. She thought she needed her money, her family money, and she thought she was going to get rich off of it.
Off of a trailer?
No, off the land. There's 90 acres of land. There's 90 acres of land with a house on it. And she thought she was going to get rich off of it. And she wanted her money now because it wasn't bringing enough money farming. She had it in her head that if we have 90 acres, it was making big money. Well, you pay somebody else to come and farm it, it ain't making that much money. It made like $20,000 a year at the most. And then the next following year, you had to put the money back into it because Dad had a farm account for it. And the guy that farmed it for us, needed to get paid for the seed and all this other stuff.
Right.
So she thought she was owed money. Well, Dad got all mad and pissed off and said, "Well, heck with it." He says, "Then if you want to be that way, then we're going to sell it." So ended up, my one uncle bought it off of us, one uncle. There's 8 kids. So one of the kids decided to buy it, for himself and divvy out the money to the rest of the family. After it was all said and done, each family member got $10,000, and that was it. After lawyers were paid for, after land was sold and everything, each one, and that was it.
Yeah, all the probate fees, there's a lot involved when parents die and everything else is probate then, and lawyer fees come in there, and then all the other kids got to sign the papers, and that's like $200 per signature. Every time you visit the lawyer office to sign papers, that's $200 automatically right there just for a signature.
Well, my aunt thought she was going to make big money. She thought wrong.
Yeah, yeah. She should have left
But it wasn't.
left it alone. She should have left it alone and let
Well,
whoever was
it was.
farming it, and then get her royalty share out of
Yeah.
that.
She would have got
Whoever
money
was
every
farming
year
it.
off of it. Like each one of the kids got like $2,000 a year or something like that off of it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, $2,000 is $2,000. Hell, it's, you know. But anyways, Dad went up, sold it. My mom's parents then passed away. My mom, there's only two of them. Well, see, her brother ended up passing away. Her brother passed away before Grandma passed away. So after my grandma died, his wife was still living. Her kids, one of the kids is out in California. Two of them are out in California, and one's in Colorado. So none of them wanted the house. You know, my grandparents' house. So my brother, they ended up having an auction to sell my grandparents' house and the land. They sold each separate. Ended up, my brother bought the house and somebody else bought the land. My mom split between two people $350,000.
Okay, repeat that. I was doing something. Just your last two sentences.
My grandparents' place brought $350,000.
Okay, you said nobody was interested in the house or something.
No, my brother bought the house.
Okay.
So between the two, there was only two of them, my mom and her brother. But her brother passed away, but still had his wife was still living. So my mom got to split $250,000.
Okay. Wow.
There's 350,000. What the land and the house brought, $350,000.
That's a nice chunk of change.
Yep.
What's up, Anthony? What's been happening, brother?
Let's see. My dad ended up reinvesting that money because they got, you know, $175,000.
Missy was asking me a question, but
Yeah, I see.
what
But
I was
anyways,
what I was gonna
my
eat
dad.
tonight, and she knew what I wanted to eat. Some of that beef roast that she
But my
cooked
mom
last
was
night. I'm gonna make
my
some
mom was pretty nice.
burritos with that. Wait, hold on. I'll be right back. Missy's hollering at me again.
Uh-oh.
Keep on talking. No, she's not hollering at me. She just wants me to go check something. I'm coming.
Yeah, but who's in the chat? I can't see the chat. That's the thing about phones. You can't see the chat. Juan's still there. Scott, where are your snap-on tools? My snap-on tools are in my toolbox. Who else is in here? David. Anthony, you in here? I got that bolt out of this thing. I don't know where it's at. Here it is. What question? Dave's not here, man. I answered your question. You said, where's my snap-on tools? My snap-on tools. Here's one. There's one snap-on tool. My Ferrari. I don't have no Ferrari. There's the bolt I extracted out of that bell housing.
I was talking and I was muted. What happened with it?
I broke this off in the bell housing. That's a bell
Oh, yeah,
housing bolt.
you broke the head off of it. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
down in the. It was the one that goes from the. It was the one that on the passenger side. It goes from the block to the
I'll
transmission.
be right back again. Hold on.
Oh,
What happened? You dropped that on your foot?
Yeah. It's painful.
Oh, Missy dropped the damn big cast iron lid on the top of her foot.
that ain't good.
Yeah. Nope, that ain't good at all. She can walk
Break
on
her
it.
foot.
So that didn't break it,
That's good.
but she's kind of limping a little bit.
I bet. But yeah, this is the bolt, one of the bell housing bolts that goes from the motor into the transmission, threads into the transmission, bell
Right.
housing.
Oh yeah, I know what
And-
you're talking about. I changed a few transmissions in my lifetime.
Well, when I went to pull it out, it snapped the head right off.
Dang.
Yeah, so it was froze in there pretty dang good to break the head off.
Yeah. How'd you get it out? Oh well, the head came off when you got the other one out. You still had a stud hanging out. You
Yep.
put some
Yeah, when
vice grips on it and took it out.
Yep,
Yeah.
put the torch to it. I heated the nut. I heated this up and heated up around the bell housing a little bit. Took a pair of vice grips and just loosen it, and finally loosened up enough. I got it out.
That works. Let's see. Oh yeah, Anthony shortened his channel name.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, instead of Anthony Robles GM85, he just shortened it to Anthony GM85.
GM85. Oh, okay, cool.
So he did away with Robles.
But have you ever seen one of these doodads right here?
Well, you keep turning around and stuff. Yeah, I know what that's for, but I ain't seen one in a long time. I know what that is.
You put
You
the bolt through there and you turn it, and it's got a teeth in there inside.
Yeah, it's almost like an extractor.
Yeah, that's what I used to get that bolt out the rest of the way. I used a pair of vice grips to loosen it up. Then I used this to back it the rest of the way out.
Yeah, I like those.
Anthony would like that. Anthony would love this thing.
Let me
Put the
let me
bolt.
do something with that. Scott, send me a good clear picture of that in an email. Okay, about 2 or 3 different pictures in an email. And I want to do something in a couple of weeks with that picture.
Okay, I'll do it later. That's all right.
Yeah, I'm not saying right now. In a couple of days. I want like different angle shots of it.
And some on the inside so you can see the threads on the inside.
Some real close-up shots on it.
I can do that.
Say about 5 pictures. Lay it down, put it upright, you know, down shot, side shot, and then turn it over, you know. And I'm gonna let you know what I'm gonna do with it.
All right.
You know, we're,
He
we're
wants to
just
say that's a
talking
snap-on.
in emails. It's a snap-on.
Yeah, it's a snap-on too.
Okay. Yeah,
Anthony
said,
would absolutely love that thing.
yeah, he says many companies make that.
That's an old USA made snap-on. I bet this sucker's probably 70 years old.
$70 old.
Oh yeah, easy.
Okay, let's see. I'm 57, and I remember Snap-on. I have no idea how long Snap-on's been in business. No idea.
Over 100 years. I think 1920s. I think somewhere in there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you for the enlightenment on the dates on that. I never did get into the history of Snap-on. You know, like when they started making tubes and stuff like that. I never knew how old the company was.
I think it was about right now, around 1920 or something like that. They started. Yeah, yeah, it was 1920 because this last year was their 100th year anniversary.
Oh, okay. Hold on, guys. Let me do something. Let me do something real quick. I gotta get Missy an ice bag.
Get a bag of peas. Bag of peas will work. A bag of vegetables, frozen vegetables. That's what I always grab out of the freezer. A bag of vegetables. It's always good. You can eat them afterward, or eat them while they're unthawed. Let's see who's else. On, gotta show the tools. Yep, Anthony, they all work. Got any helium in the shop? No, don't have no helium. Well, I got a tank of oxygen, 2 oxygen tanks. 2 oxygen tanks and propane. Here's my torch set right there. Propane, run my torches off propane and oxygen. No helium. I need some argon. I need to find a argon tank. I think you now. I thought it was saying I was my hand. I'll sing you one. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Your butters can deny. With the AB thinking around thinking your face, you get sprung when she comes up to ya. I want to get with ya and take your picture. That brown butt make me so horny. Ooh, rumpa smooth skin. You want to get my bands? Well, use me, smooth me. You want to get that goopy. Girlfriend says you're fat. Well, I ain't down with that because your waist is small and your curves are kicking. I'm thinking about sticking. All you girls in magazines thinking. Bet Juan liked that one. I can show some old vintage tools. Here you go, an old dial indicator, snap-on, inch-pound dial indicator snap-on. My dad used that to put transmissions together with. You've got to have one of these when you do rear ends, set up rear ends. You have to have one of these. That's a must tool for rear end rebuilds.
Oh, all right.
Right here's an old Craftsman speed handle. That's vintage Craftsman there.
Yes, that is.
Vintage. Don't find this stuff anymore. What else is interesting in here? There's a snap-on speed handle. Or no, I take that back. This is a Mac. This is a Mac speed handle.
Yeah, those will last forever too. Those speed wrenches, they will last forever. And you know why?
Because you don't use them very hard. Really?
Can anybody else guess in the chat why those last forever? Those speed wrenches? Everybody in chat, y'all take a guess. That's why they last forever.
Basically, all speed handles for is
Okay,
to.
wait, hold, Scott, hold on.
I'll tell you what my dad used it for.
Oh, I had a couple of them that were Craftsman's, quarter inch and 3/8 drive.
Has anybody ever seen a 3/8 handle?
Yep.
That's a Cornwell 3/8 handle.
Yep. Buddy of mine had one. I've never had them, but I know.
Snap-on breaker bar.
Man, hey, Scott, let me tell you something. What's the length on that one? 24?
24
32?
probably.
Yeah, 24. I think it was a 1/2 inch snap-on breaker bar at the pawn shop, the only pawn shop in town.
Huh.
Take a guess how much they wanted for it. It was 36 inches.
$10.
Oh no, no, not for a snap-on. No.
Well,
Tommy's not that naive. Okay, not that stupid. Say it was $60.
oh, that ain't too bad.
No, because we were all looking them up one night, and they were all like $300.
Hey, I wonder how many in the chat knows what this is.
Can't see it because you're not holding it. The camera still.
Got a knob here on the end. It's got a curve here at this end.
I don't know. I want to say that I don't know if that's well, it's got a knob on the end that you twist.
Yep. What does that do? What does
Uh,
it do?
what's the other end do? Let's see. Yeah, you see, you're moving that around. I know what it is. I know what it is now. I mean, well,
What
it
is it?
was my first guess anyway.
That's why I was wondering if anybody in the chat knows what that is.
Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna guess.
Anthony might. Anthony might know.
I didn't really have a great look at it, but it looks like another tool that I used to have.
Well, needless to say, it's a Mac. I don't know if you can see it or not. Probably won't show up. But it's actually got an arrow on it too. For a certain reason.
That's not what I was thinking of then.
If you see the end on it, I don't know if you can see it or not. Will focus in on it? There's an arrow on it. And that arrow is for a certain reason. The arrow is right here on the bottom. And that arrow is particular to this tool. I used it many times.
For some reason, earlier I wanted to say that was a distributor to for timing, on your distributor.
Nope.
But since you showed that top off with that arrow on it, it threw me off. Anthony says it's some kind of old Ford tool.
Nope. It's similar. It's similar to what this tool is right here, if you know what that is.
Yeah, I know what that is. That's a carburetor mixture screw tool.
That's exactly what this is. And it's got an arrow because when you spin a air fuel mixture screw in, it's got an arrow on it because you're supposed to turn them out 1.5 turns.
Yeah.
Or 1.25 turns.
That was my first guess, and then my second guess was the distributor tool.
That's what the arrow.
I never seen one that big around on the other end of it though.
Well, that's what the arrow is for, so you can watch it, so you can spin it around 1.5
right. Yeah, like a turn and a half, or turn and a quarter, turn and a half. Yeah, that's it.
It's got like a screwdriver end on the end of it.
I've had smaller versions of that tool. Now, what is that one for?
Well, it's for any one that you can get down into the screws with. That's got the screws type in it.
Yeah, but
remember the GM Quadrajets were inside the carburetor. Remember, and you had to knock a plug out to get to the mixture screws on a Quadrajet.
But you see, when you showed it earlier, it looked a lot bigger than it is now. The other one you showed is smaller, in diameter.
It's shorter. Yeah. It's shorter.
So when you showed the other one,
this is a more modern one.
Yeah, when you showed that one, that clinched my guess on that. Yeah.
This one's actually got a screw type in it for a hex. And it's got other bits in here. There's bits inside here.
I've got I've got a whole set. In fact, I bought. I think it was Christmas or Johnny's birthday. I bought him a set of carb tubes for weed eaters and chainsaws. Those ain't cheap. Those are
No.
cheap. The spline, the Pac-Man version. They got two different spline versions. They have the V-notch version, which is the Pac-Man. Uh, the D, the double D, and the hex, the hex type. There's all kind of different screwdrivers, carb adjustment screwdrivers for the chainsaws and the weed eaters.
Any engine builders know what this thing is?
Repeat that.
Engine builders. Any engine builders would know what this is if they've used one.
I'm not familiar with that one too right there.
My dad used this every night at work.
Yeah, it looked like a slide on a trombone. Not a trumpet, but a trombone.
You see there's holes in the end right there?
Yeah.
What is that for?
If it's for car engines, truck engines, I'm not sure.
My dad worked at the Lima engine plant. He punched pistons. He put in 600 pistons a night. This tool here was the easy thing to do. You didn't have to do anything. You put this on the crank. This thing goes on the crank. You put it up through the bore. You put your rod bolts in the end here, and you just punch the rod right down through, and this pulls right out with the rod. It keeps the rod straight with the crank when you punch the piston in. It was fast. It was fast and easy. You didn't, some of them put them rubber nips on the ends of the rod bolts. This was fast and easy. All you gotta do is slide this over the crank, put your rod bolts in the end here, and punch the piston in. My dad did 600 pistons a night.
Wow.
So you drive pistons, 600 pistons a night. You know how big you get. You know how strong you get.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I could see that being a useful tool, big time.
Yep. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Listen, my dad do it. They take the piston. There's a machine that actually put the rings on the piston. They put the piston head in this machine. They put the rings on, and then they'd turn around as the motors are coming down the line. He'd stick the white piece in the end with the crank, put the rods in, and punch her through. Pop. One stroke, just boom, pop right in.
Yeah.
I'd watch him do it. I mean, he did it. He was good.
You still have to have a ring squeezer.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It was so quick. Doing 600 a night, they're passing you like a freaking. I mean, they're going by you real fast.
Right.
So he had to put the piston in the machine, put the rings on it. He pulled out, put his ring compressor on because he'd had one of these style ring compressors right here like this. And he could.
I never seen one like that. I've always seen the bigger ones. With the Allen key that you
see, this is adjustable.
With, then boom. Yeah, but if they were working on an assembly line, that right there was very handy.
Yeah, they had to be fast. Had to be fast and efficient.
Right.
And that's where that one tool was good for, because you didn't have to put the rubber nipples on. You didn't have to pull them off. When you pop the piston in, that white piece come right down through on the crank, and you pull it right out.
Right. Right.
He can do it in one fell swoop.
I got a
I
homemade.
watched my dad do it. I mean, he could put a piston in one shot. I mean, one hit, pop, it was in.
I got a homemade. I got a homemade ring squeezer. Ring squeezer. For small engines. But lawnmower engines. Because I still do overhauls on lawnmower engines. The old L-head Briggs,
Oh yeah.
those are worth overhauling. New rings, clean them out, valve job. Those L-heads are very well respected in my eyes. I love overhauling those old engines. In fact, I got a couple of videos out on this channel right here of those.
Anthony probably knows what these are.
Well, if you would hold still,
I can't help it.
ah, does
Anthony
that
knows it.
does that there are three little fingers in there that open up?
4 fingers. Got 4 fingers in it.
Do they open up?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just a
Oh,
bar. It slides
yeah.
inside.
Does that barrel squeeze it when it goes down? That barrel on top, does it squeeze it when it goes down?
No, it slides freely on it.
Okay.
I know Anthony knows what this is. There's different. Then there's different sizes too. There's bigger ones.
If it doesn't have to do with small engine like lawnmower repair, then I probably don't know what it is.
It has to do with any kind of repair. It don't make any difference what you work on. You've got to have these just in case.
Okay, just in case.
Just in case of them oh shit moments. when things get deep and serious, you get these out.
Okay. Well, I mean, you keep moving. Your camera and you keep moving all the time.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm holding everything. But there's one. This is a bigger one.
You ever try putting that phone or camera down and just see where we can? No, I'm not familiar with that tool right there at all.
You're not familiar with these?
I don't think I am. It doesn't look like a reamer.
The center moves in and out. The fingers go in and out.
That's what I was asking you earlier. If you squeeze that barrel
There's no
right
squeezing.
there,
It runs freely on it. It's free on it. There's no
yeah,
squeezing.
but no, but when the barrel goes to my right, the fingers close in a little bit,
Not really.
like tweezers.
No, they don't. They don't
No.
squeeze at all. Don't squeeze at all.
Oh, okay.
That's a bigger one. And this is a smaller one right here. Anthony has to know what this is.
You see, it looks like a Walton brand. Okay, we've got Anthony said a broken tap extractor tool.
There you go.
710 nipple clamp. Oh, nipple clamp. There we go.
The broken tap extractor. When you break a tap off, making a hole or drilling threads in, you break your tap off.
Yeah.
You stick this sucker down in when you're just beside the tap. Tap broken part goes inside here, and you twist the tap out. Bloop.
Oh, okay. And
That's
Anthony said they make 3-finger ones too.
a no shit moment. that's a no shit tool.
Yeah. Let's see. Anthony said broken tap extractor tool.
Yep.
Way back in the chat, he said that. Yep.
I knew Anthony would know it.
No, I'm not familiar with that.
You've never used a tap extractor?
Nope.
You ever broke a tap before?
Nope. That's why.
No.
Nope.
These suckers are old.
Like I said, I bet you Johnny Best knows about that one. Tap extractors. Well, he did say that's a Walton brand.
Yep. They're
He
old.
did. Anthony said that. It looks like a Walton brand. He
Yep.
said they also make 3-finger ones also. Okay. I knew it's for something to get out of something. You know, get something out.
Yeah. Yep. Them tools for a yo shit moment.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can see where it works like that. I just never saw one. Never used one.
Here, I'll actually show you. Here's a tap right here. Right there's a tap with your 4 flutes in it.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
And then
That does
this
make
slides
sense.
out like this slides out, and then the teeth, them little fingers, go right over top of a tap.
Right. Yeah. There you go. Go ahead, hard head.
Right like that.
I'll be
See how
damned.
the fingers go right over it?
Anthony said, I broke many taps in my lifetime.
And see what happens is this gets closest to the tap as you can get it right here. So don't break the fingers off. See how tight that is then?
Yeah,
It'll pull the tap right out of the hole then.
yeah. I like that. I bet you Johnny got some of them in the shop. We just never break taps. We don't.
You're lucky. I've broke a few.
I use a lot of cutting oil, put it that way.
Yeah.
And I take it easy, you know. Chasing threads, making threads.
I sometimes get impatient, and your smaller taps are ones that break all the time. Your smaller ones.
Yeah, that's true. Man, we got a place in town over here called DNR, and if they ain't got it, you don't need it. Put it that way. You see that tap you just showed, that 3/8 or that 1/2-inch tap you showed just now?
Yeah.
I can go over there and get that for $5, guaranteed for life.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go over there and make a video one day, and show y'all how big this place is. This place covers, I want to say 5 acres, 7 acres. Like I said, if they ain't got it, you don't need it. Bearings, seals, taps, and they have thousands of drawers with different taps, standard, metric, whatever. You open a drawer for an 1/8-inch tap, they got it. $1.50, $2, guaranteed. Oh yeah, man, this place is awesome, dude. They do welding supplies, oxygen, acetylene, bottles. They fill them on site. Just bring your O in there. They give you a new one. And when the guys get time, when they have like 20 or 30 to fill up, they have a worker go out there.
Then Dad's got a bunch of reamers and taps. He's got a bunch of these. They don't make stuff like this anymore.
Nice.
You
Anthony
got
said I do 3/4 to 10 threads per inch, tapping a lot. I should have made that a trivia question.
uh,
I should have asked the people in chat. Don't pay attention to the 3/4 inch. What does 10 TPI stand for?
yeah, we got some.
Most of us in here knows what that is. Threads per inch.
Look at that.
Now that's a big one. That's a big one. What is that? 5/8, 11/16.
Oh no.
That. Oh, okay. Never mind. Wait. Oh, okay. I can't see. Let me see according to your finger. 7/8, 15/16.
Keep going.
Come on, an inch and a 16th.
Keep going.
Yeah, but I'm going according to your fingers, and I don't know how big your fingers are.
I got big hands. These hands are huge.
Okay. Well, maybe that's throwing me off. Okay.
You know how? Take a guess what my hand spread is. From here, from this finger to your hand spread. Your hand spread is measurement from your pinky to your end of your thumb.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mine's 10.5 inches. I've got a 10.5 inch hand spread.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let me see what mine are. I got a tape measure right here. I got Fat Max Ultra.
Yeah, take the measurement from the spread of your hand right here like this. You go spread from the tip of your pinky to the tip of your thumb.
All right. Mine's 9 1/4.
Mine's an inch more than an inch bigger than yours.
Okay. Now let me do it this way. Put it right here. So right there. I got 7.5 right there on that one. From the end of my thumb to almost by my wrist. That's 7.5. Okay, what was it? Inch and a quarter?
No.
That's the same one you had earlier?
Yep. No. That.
I was talking about the other one you showed.
Right there.
That one's bigger than the other one you showed.
Then we got that one.
Okay. All right. The first one you showed, what size tap that is?
1.125 inches.
Inch and an eighth. Well, I thought I said an inch and an eighth.
You said inch and 16.
Or did I stop at an inch and a 16?
Yeah, you stopped at 1.16 inches.
All right.
So that's 1.25 inches.
The
That's
dang old train.
Choo choo. Then we got some thin. We got some fine thread. There's an inch and 16th right there. There's an inch and 16th. There's inch and 16th. Right there's an inch and an eighth. And there's an inch and a quarter.
Yeah. I want to price those next time me and Johnny go to DNR. We got a business account over there.
I wonder if they even make these.
I want to see what the cost is on one of those. Because I know the little 1/8 inch, 5/16, 3/8, they ain't but $1.50 to like $4 a piece.
These were made by Bay State out of Mansfield, Massachusetts. This one here is a Jarvis. Jarvis USA.
Well, at least they're made in the U.S.
Yep. Well, this is when taps were made good.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I used a lot of cutting fluid, cutting oil, and I've never broke a tap.
I've broken a few.
Anthony said, I hate doing fine thread tapping.
Well, that's the biggest taps we got right here. I like that tap. Look at that tap. That's courtesy of the Lima engine plant. I know that.
Oh, yeah. Anthony said, the more fluid, the better. That's right.
You want to see some small bits? You probably got some small bits, don't you?
Who,
You
me?
got one of these? You got a little drill bit set like this?
Oh, yeah, I got some thumb drills. Yeah, I got thumb drills. They, the ones we have at the shop, I don't know, mine, I got some smaller than that.
Well, they're smaller in here. They're going clear down to here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got the one that go down to the thousands.
Well, this one goes down to 0.0135 is the smallest one in here.
Yeah, well, we got that.
They're
Yeah.
carburetors for carburetors.
Yep, that's right.
And you got the
We just call them thumb drills. Yep, there's your little chuck. Yeah, and those things are so delicate. If you sneeze, you're gonna break it.
oh yeah, there's still a drill bit in this one.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, we got some that are about the
Heck,
size of a strand of speaker wire. Yeah, you got the different size chucks. Yeah, that's what I say. We call them thumb drills. And use
yeah.
your thumb to work it. You don't want to do that with no electric drill. Put it that way.
Oh no, an electric drill won't even go down that small.
I know.
Let's see what else interesting I can find.
I want to see that stator tester you got. Alternator stator tester you got
Oh,
again.
here's a universal clutch tool.
Ah, crap. Lost my print and my Zippo. Have to use my spare Zippo. Red line gear. I'm trying to catch up in chat here. Train. Yep, 710. Okay. How's your arm doing?
Here you go, Anthony. Here's one for you, Anthony. There you go. Check out this.
That little stubby. Wow.
It's actually gotten shorter because the end is popped through the end here. So
Oh, okay.
it's actually shorter than it should be.
What'd you do? You was trying to hit on it with a hammer, a ball peen hammer or something?
Well, we made it that short so it could get in smaller places.
Oh, gotcha.
We wanted to go as far as it'd go, and then we could use it in smaller places. It's purposely done like that.
17 said cooking fluid smells good. Yeah, it does. That means you're making money. Okay, Redline said, I hope it gets better. No, that's Anthony that said that. Gary said, gonna try and lay down, y'all. If y'all on in a bit, I'll be here. Yeah, actually, it ain't gonna be long because I said earlier I was gonna be on when I first started. I said I'll be on for about an hour to hour and a half. And guess what? I lied. I'm on 2.5 hours right now. And my 15, I said, and I always say, all right, I'm gonna be on another 15 minutes, and that turns into an hour. Oh boy.
What's this for? Anybody know what that's for?
I know it's old. I know it's a ratchet. I know that.
But it's
And
a
they
certain.
have they have the you see right there by the neck, by your fingers, by the socket. You flip that. Wait, hold on. Yeah, you flip that to go forward or reverse. Left or right.
But what is this tool specifically for?
And I know that.
It only serves one purpose. And it's a square on the end.
Okay, well, that's just like your inverted socket. You could add a extension on it.
No, you don't want an extension on this. This is a purposeful, certain purpose tool.
Well, they used to have oil plugs like that on certain engines for an oil plug, and that right there would fit on that square. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
But that's not what this is for.
Okay, right there they had a 3/8 or a 1/2 inch plug that you screwed into a pipe or a oil pan, and that right there would fit straight over it instead of reversing like a oil plug that had the opposite side, that had that side, and then you unscrewed the oil plug with it.
Has anybody guessed what this is?
Right? Anthony said it's for certain types of drain plugs, like I was saying.
Nope.
Let me guess again. I could use that for multiple purposes.
No, you cannot. No, this is for a certain purpose. I'll give you one hint. It's a preset torque. This is a torque wrench. Preset to a certain amount.
Okay. And it doesn't have to nothing to do with an oil plug.
Nope. No, oh no, nothing to do with oil plug. It's got a specific certain torque for a specific certain thing.
How old is it?
I don't exactly know. I'd say they probably used this in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Sounds about good, bro.
Boy. One Pratt said angle wrench. One Pratt said torque wrench, but I don't know if he said that. That it's a 42 for drain
Yes,
plug.
it's a torque wrench, but what for what? It's a preset certain torque for something specific.
Everybody's guessing oil. And I was just repeating what the comments are saying.
I'll
And
give you another guess. It
okay.
has nothing to do with a motor. It has nothing to do with anything on a motor.
Okay. And now you got me thinking. I want to say that's for has to do with electrical wire in a
Nope.
breaker box or
It's this is for automotive. It's automotive related, but nothing to do with a motor.
oh well, man, I was gonna say for the differential oil or gearbox standard transmission.
Nope. Another hint. You know what? Guess what the preset load torque is on this? 10 foot-pounds. Got 10-foot preset torque to it.
10 foot-pounds. Okay.
10 foot-pounds.
Yeah, that would be 100 inch-pounds. Right at it. Let's see.
It'd be 120 inch-pounds.
120. Anthony said a clutch bleeder.
Nope. He's getting close. Let's just say he's pretty dang close. It has to do with a transmission.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier. A standard transmission.
Not standard. Specific for an automatic.
Well, all the speedometer cables I have installed didn't have that style wrench that I can remember. Speedometer cables that go inside of the transmission. Let's do with a transmission. 10 foot-pounds.
It's a transmission tool set to specific 10 foot-pounds with a square end on it.
With a what on it?
Square.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Invert.
Ah.
Square female, I should say. You can't take it off. It's a square female. This is a specific tool for a certain thing that you can do with an automatic transmission.
No, it
That
wouldn't
you
be
do
for
not do with newer transmissions anymore. This was obsolete probably mid 80s, maybe early 80s. This was obsolete.
I'm gonna hit myself in the head too with a flashlight because I've seen that already. Gotta remember, I had a stroke 11 years ago.
You want to know?
Not yet. And it's not for a oil drain at all, right?
Nope.
Okay. No speedometer cable port.
Nope.
Has to do one press set. Cable tension on the brake. No.
Nope. It's not in transmission. But he's got the same concept idea, though.
Wait,
What did you have to adjust in transmissions back in the old days?
outside or inside?
Outside. You could do it from the outside.
The only thing I can think of is the older. Yeah, no, they didn't have those in the 70s, 80s. And it's on the outside. No, it's not car one. I remember when they used to have a brake drum on older transmissions.
No.
I remember that they had a brake behind the transmission.
What? Okay, I'll give you another guess. What's inside a transmission that holds the clutch packs together?
You said on the inside? I thought
On
you
the
said
inside.
it was on the outside of the transmission.
This tool works on the outside of the transmission that
Okay.
does something on the inside.
Uh,
What holds the clutch packs and discs inside the transmission? What is it that holds it together?
in an automatic transmission. You got sprag gears in the ass end of the transmission. You have your valve body, but that's inside the pan. You said it was an automatic transmission, so
Yes.
at a loss there. Manual transmission. Yeah, you got me on that one. Now, if you say it and I remember it, I swear to goodness, I'm gonna hit my head with this heavy 2-pound aluminum aircraft flashlight. I'm
Well, get ready to hit yourself in the head.
gonna have a V8 moment.
It's to adjust bands inside the transmission. The old transmission can adjust the bands on the outside of the transmission. You can torque them. This is a set pre-torque at 10 foot-pounds on the outside. You turn an outside nut. You turn an outside nut to loosen it up. Then you take this and tighten the band down at 10 foot-pounds, and then you tighten the nut back up.
Okay. Somebody said bands earlier. Luke Duke Outdoor said bands earlier.
Did he? Sets. Yeah.
Yeah. He
It's
sure did.
pre-torque. Pre-torque to set the band's pressure on the inside transmission. You can adjust it from the outside.
David Carlisle said he said that too.
Had you stumped though? Yeah, because when the transmission started slipping, all you had to do is adjust the bands on the inside, and you'd go for another couple thousand more miles.
Yeah, David Carlisle said. Luke Duke said bands, and while he was typing that, David Carlisle said transmission bands.
Yeah.
Because they right behind each other. Okay, so David could not have seen the way chat works. Okay, David could not have seen his comment while David was typing in transmission bands. Yeah, so both of them are right. They got to both eat. David had it within a nanosecond behind him, so they were both typing it in.
Yep, that's what this tool's for.
Anthony said, I wonder if that's the problem with my Bronco, maybe.
Well,
Ford Broncos were out in the 70s.
You look at on the outside of the transmission, Yeah, what you look at on the outside of the transmission, there should be a thing where it's got a square on it and a nut. You break that nut loose, and then you tighten that square part down to 10 foot-pounds, and
Yeah,
then you retighten that nut back up.
when it clicks, you tightening that up. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'll be dog. I did not know that.
I've been reading this stuff for quite a while.
A free air guitar to everybody, 17 says. Ta-da-da-da-da-da, ta-da-da, ta-da! Anthony wrote, was it band adjustments? What the F? And then Stephen Doolittle said Ford band.
Yeah, that mostly was Ford.
After what's that, my baby? Grilled cheese sandwich. Grilled cheese sandwich. A sandwich. I got me a sandwich. Grilled cheese.
Here's some homemade tools.
Oh boy, we got a bunch of them around the shop.
Know what we use these for?
Yeah. Look. That's an adapter for something. You got an airline on that thing? Air got an air spigot the other end. That one. Air hose cook. Nope. Guess not.
Yeah, it's air hose. Coupler.
Oh, okay. All right.
Then this end's got an old spark plug welded to it. So you can screw this into the spark plug hole, put air on the cylinder.
Yeah,
So
and you can see if your rings are leaking.
Well, that, and you can use it to do the valves too. It'll hold the valves up in the cylinder, so you can do valve stem seals. That's what we use them for. Put air on the cylinder and hold the valves in, and you can replace the valve stem seals while there's pressure in the air in the cylinder. You can take the spring off, the keepers off, replace the valve stem seal, and put it all back together while there's air pressure on it.
Yep. That way you don't have to take the head off. Yep. Johnny Best knows about that one. His dad made one like that in the machine shop.
Yep. That's what Dad always did. He just made his tools for it.
Yep. I'll have to remember that. Let me write this down. Johnny Best. Okay. Changing. Okay. And that and okay. I remember the engine it was on. Dr. Savoy's head in the boat, the big boat. Yeah, it had a V8 in it. All right, I got that wrote down, and then I'll get Johnny up here with you one day, or timestamp it for you. Grilled cheese. Well, basically, eat me some. That's part of the grilled cheese sandwich. I just ate the rest of it. But I'm gonna make me two burritos after a while. I ain't gonna be on here that much longer. And heat that roast beef up, pull it apart, shred it like pulled pork. Make me a couple little burritos with a lettuce in it, sour cream. Wrap them. Oh boy, that's awesome. Missy can beat up a stove real good. I got a couple of tubes that y'all probably won't know about because they were homemade, but they in the shop and I can't get in my shop in the back now because we put a bunch of stuff in there for storage. So I get this this hot water heater installed and check where's my let's see if my plumber's gonna be over here tomorrow. Nope, he didn't answer back. If he don't show up tomorrow, I'm gonna get somebody else. I'm gonna call his dad and say, hey, who do you recommend, Francois or the other guy, Bertrand's? Hey, hold on. I didn't hear what you said.
See, is this what you wanted to say?
Turn it over. No, I don't think that was the one.
That one?
No. What kind of tester is that one?
Old voltage charging system tester generator.
Oh, okay. No, that's not the one because you had it on your bench, on your workbench, and it looked a heck of a lot better than that one. It was a stator or.
I don't think I have that. Ain't on the bench.
Luke Duke Outdoor said, thumbs up, Cajun. For what? Oh, the burritos? The wraps? Yeah. Right now, I only got them ones that are about 6 or 7 inches across. Take my tape measure out and see. Yeah, they're about 6 inches across. The tortilla shells I got. Pick your camera up and go by your workbench to the left. Something I forget where is it at.
I got my phone over here on the charger. My phone's about to go dead. I'm at 6%, so I'm gonna go dead here in a minute.
Oh, yeah, but is it charging?
Yeah, it's charging, but if I'm live online, it sucks the battery dry.
Oh, it sucks it.
Even on the charger.
Out. Yeah, it sucks it out more than it's charging. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I'm at 6%, so I'll be dead here in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, on one of your workbenches, I forgot which one it was. With the tools, you had some kind of electrical tester, like a starter tester, or
The only thing that's here is that. That's a battery charger.
no, probably on the other side of the shop or something. Another workbench.
No, that's the only workbench you got.
Okay. It was some kind of. It was old too. Stator, alternator, type 2. If I'm not mistaken, know if that might have been a valve tool, maybe. Resurfacing valves, or
That's down here.
you had it
That's,
on your workbench or
that's
around
the
there
valve.
somewhere.
That's
Okay,
the valve resurfacer right there.
yeah, no, it wasn't that.
You know what this thing is for? This cart. It had one of them sun things on it. One of them what do they call them? Analyzers? Sun analyzers?
Oh, yeah, I remember those. I remember those.
That's what that cart's from.
They had uh, a screen monitor on it, hooked it up to your engine, and it'll tell you what the spark and all that was on each cylinder.
Well, this was all dials. It had dials and everything on it.
Oh,
Needles,
okay.
needle dials and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't have a
Back in
screen on it. That was
79.
before the screens. That thing was before the screens.
Yeah.
You know, where you could check your dwell and all that, to adjust your points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what that was
I
for.
forget if it was on my live panel or it was probably my live panel. Boy, and I tell you what, it would take me forever to find that stream to look that up. This is about, say, 5 or 6 months ago.
Well, I hate to say goodbye, but I better get in. My phone's about ready to die.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's probably down to 2% by now.
I'm down to 4. It's going quick.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna run out myself. So you say your goodbyes, and I'll do mine.
Well, thanks for having me on again. Like to chat with everybody, show some old tools, and talk motors, and we'll see you again.
All right, everybody, as always, thank y'all for coming in, supporting the channel. Love, peace, crackling grease. Catch y'all. Blue top. Later, guys and gals.